guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my 2020 beauty favorites for you guys. So if you want to continue watching and see a roundup of the things that I've been loving, then please go ahead and do so. But before we get started, I do quickly want to introduce myself for those of you guys who are new to my channel. Hi, welcome. My name is Jessica, aka The Mexican Beauty, and I make videos on all things beauty, lifestyle, and fashion here on my YouTube. So I would love for you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. While you're at it, hit that notification bell because that will make sure that you are notified every single time that I upload a new video. And also don't forget to follow me on Instagram, The Mexican Beauty, because whenever I'm not here, I'm literally there 24/7 and you just won't want to miss it. So let's just get right into this 2020 favorites. Okay, so I think I'm gonna first start off with skin really fast because there was one brand that just really shook me to the core, next level, that came out in 2020. So everything that I do talk about today, also just quick disclaimer, are things that came out this year. Let's just talk about Fenty Skin. Literally obsessed with Fenty Skin. I actually use Fenty Skin every single morning when I wake up. This is my routine. So I use this cleanser in the shower every morning. I shower in the mornings. You guys can see I literally have nothing left. This is the same one that I had purchased when I originally purchased this to review it. I think back in the summer. I have a full-blown review on it. Yes, I still love Fenty Skin, still using it. Works amazing with my rosacea sensitive skin. Highly recommend it. I actually just repurchased another one of their cleansers because they are so incredible, and now Sephora sells it, so you can literally buy it in store. The toner is so good. I didn't repurchase another toner just because I still have some left, which I should probably go purchase the other one before they like sell out, because a lot of the products were sold out. Now, you guys may be wondering, what about the moisturizer? Did you enjoy it? Yes, it is so good. That was like my holy grail for the summertime. So it will definitely be a moisturizer that personally for me, I will be using as like a summer moisturizer because I just feel like it's incredible. It comes with the sunscreen. It's just really beautiful consistency, great on my sensitive skin, even with the sunscreen. Loved it. So highly recommend Fenty Skin if you guys haven't checked it out already. I just love it. The only thing I'm not the biggest fan of Fenty Skin is these caps. And the only reason, I know they're supposed to be easier, the only reason is because of the fact that I just feel like if I'm taking this, I don't know, to like a friend's house or I'm staying somewhere besides home and I don't know, like, you know, how the sink is or anything, and I put it down, it's like getting a bunch of germs right here. So I just, that's my only thing with this little guy. But other than that, huge fan of Fenty Skin. So the other skincare product that came out in 2020 that I was obsessed with and use every single day is my First Aid Beauty Weightless Liquid Mineral Sunscreen with Zinc Oxide. This is 30 SPF. This is the only sunscreen that works with me and my rosacea sensitive skin. I literally have tried so many sunscreens. I've tried the Elta MD, doesn't work out for me, really unfortunate. This is the only one that did work out for me. Didn't leave a white cast, didn't irritate my skin, laid really nicely underneath my moisturizer and my makeup. This is the shiz. I'm actually on my third bottle because it is so amazing. Always wear your sunscreen, highly recommend. If you're looking for a good brand that's really good for sensitive skin, First Aid Beauty has got you covered 1000%. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to primers because I do have a few primers that I want to talk about, and I think I'm just going to go in order of how they came out. So the first one is the e.l.f. Matte Putty Primer. Back in the beginning of 2020, when I tried this, this is everything. And you guys know that the putty primer is really nice because it does a good job of kind of concealing those enlarged pores and also keeping some places on your face really nice and oil-free. So what I like to do is I like to just use this in the areas where I really do need that pore minimizing and also where I tend to get more oily. So it's typically my T-zone and around my nose is where I kind of had those little problematic areas. And this was one that I just love, like you guys can see. Love this stuff so much. So whenever I want a really perfected finish, this is what I always use around my nose area. I'm actually using this today right here, and it just literally makes all my dreams come true. So I really highly recommend this, the e.l.f. Matte Putty Primer. If you're looking for a dupe for the Tatcha, if you guys remember the Silk Canvas, I did a video on that. But this is like incredible primer, pore minimizing, mattifying, great stuff. So later in 2020, there was the launch of Rare Beauty, which was such a breath of fresh air because just Selena Gomez, the founder of Rare Beauty, just such an amazing, beautiful story, a positive light into the beauty industry. She launched her brand, and this primer, the Rare Beauty primer, was one that I really, really liked. I know it was very hit or miss for people. It is a like radiance from within type of primer. It is more so of a luminous finish. So if you guys do have oily skin, you probably won't like this. I do have oily skin, but lately my skin has been dry. So I've been appreciating a good luminous type of base for me to kind of prep for any like soft matte foundation. I appreciate a little bit of dewiness now. Things are changing. I feel like with this Rare Beauty primer, it's so beautiful because it gives you that really beautiful radiance from within. It does have a little tiny bit of shimmer in there, but it's just like the healthiest shimmer. So for me, even sometimes I don't even wear foundation with this. I just do my brows and just apply this all over my skin, and I have the prettiest glow, especially like in the summertime when you want to go for like that super glowy vibe. This is excellent. And then a more recent primer that I have been really loving is this one by Urban Decay. That's the All Nighter Ultra Glow Face Primer. It's a dewy foundation grip primer. Back 2 years ago, I would have been like, hell no, don't even talk to me about a dewy primer. Don't talk to me about luminosity, because I was just straight up all around oily. But now, like, my skin just gets super like dry sometimes, like especially my cheek area and like near my under eyes, and I'm like, I need hydration. So this is great when I want something that's really gonna grip the foundation, but also give me a little bit of a hydrated, refreshed look. Especially with the gripping aspects, really makes the foundation stay locked into place, so that when you do go ahead and go in and wear your mask, it stays on a little bit better than it typically would if you didn't have that. Okay, so now I wanna talk about a tool. This Kokie Cosmetics sponge is literally the sponge that you need in your life. It is the softest sponge I've ever felt. It expands really nice and big. $5 sponge. Get it right now off of Kokie Cosmetics website. You're not going to regret this purchase. I have so many sponges over here. Literally so many. And out of all these sponges, this one is literally the absolute best when it comes to applying foundation. So now we're gonna move on to the complexion products like tinted moisturizers, foundations. So the first one I want to talk about is our tinted moisturizer. This one is by IT Cosmetics. This is the Bye Bye Foundation matte version. So this is literally my baby. I think this came out, I want to say, in the very beginning of 2020. They had the original one, which was just like the regular, but then they came out this matte, and I was like, perfection, because, you know, oily skin problems. So the reason why I love IT Cosmetics tinted moisturizer so much is because they contain so much sunscreen, 50 SPF, and they're just great when it comes to all their ingredients. They're made by dermatologists, so they really focus a lot, not only on having you look beautiful on the outside, but also having ingredients that are really good for skincare benefits, anti-aging, and that's what we need. That's literally what we need. So I literally am the biggest fan of this. I use this a lot on days where I want a more so medium to full coverage finish, but I don't want a foundation finish result. I want something that will really nourish my skin. This is my go-to during spring and summer, like whenever I want to do a fuller face, but not like with a foundation. This is the way to go. Also, another time that I really love using this product is when I am having rosacea flare-ups and my skin is irritated, but I have to wear makeup because I'm doing something where I need to look put together. This is the only product that I can put on that is like makeup-y, that will not further irritate my skin. I think it's because it does contain those nice skincare benefits that really give your face that nurture that it needs to just look and feel its best. So I always recommend this. This is in the shade Tan. It is a little tiny bit darker than what I am right now, but in the spring and summer, this is literally perfect. If I could just ride the wave for the entire spring and summer with one product, it would definitely be this, and I would be good to go. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to foundations. So I have two foundations that really stood out to me. There were others that I really did enjoy, but these were the ones that I was always gravitating back and forth towards. So the first one is the Too Faced Born This Way matte foundation. This was a dream come true for the oily skin people that like more so of a matte finish, because Too Faced did such an amazing job coming out with the original Born This Way that looks so beautiful, but worked more so for people that do have that dry skin or want more luminosity. We needed something that was gonna just, you know, be the one for us. And this has been so good. This is actually what I'm wearing right now. I also feel like because Too Faced has so many shades, It's phenomenal. You guys know that they have worked with Jackie Aina to develop darker shades, which I think was absolutely needed and great because it shows other brands that they need to do the same. I know for people from like that olivey complexion, it's hard to sometimes find your colors because they'll make tan shades, but they only hit certain types of undertones. Like they always go for like that super like orangey, and it's like, no, there's people with neutrals. So for me, this sand, this is the shade Sand, it's literally perfection. It's honestly one of the very few foundations that is super good with mask wearing. It doesn't transfer as easily as a lot of masks that there are out there. So I just really, really do love this foundation. I'm going to continue using it through 2021 because it is so good. And I also love the consistency. It's not so thick and heavy. It's very lightweight. And that's one thing that I do have to say. A lot of brands did this year. They came out with good matte foundations, but very lightweight in consistency. Not thick, not heavy, like back in 2015 when everybody was all about Kat Von D, including myself. Those thick ass foundations, like, Okay, so now we're gonna move on to the last complexion product, and this is a more affordable one that you can find at Walmart or on Profusion's website. This is the Feel Good Skin Longwear Skin Perfector Foundation. So good. If you're looking to something comparable to this Too Faced matte, this is your next best friend. Only negative thing about this product is that it doesn't have that many shades, but this will keep you nice and matte and gorgeous all day long. Whenever I wear this foundation, I'm like, okay, you know? I feel like these two foundations are definitely the foundations that when I am, you know, prepping to get ready to like take some bomb ass pictures, I want my complexion to look really good. These really, really do it for me. So now I'm gonna move on to blush and highlight that came out in 2020. So first I'm gonna start off with blush because I feel like blush, a huge trend for 2020 was cream liquid blushes. And the ones that stood out to me the most were Rare Beauty and Fenty Beauty. So Rare Beauty came out with these gorgeously packaged blushes, and they did have two formulas, a matte formula and more so of like a dewy formula, like a luminous formula. So I really loved this one in Love. It is a matte formula. It does look very red. Very little of this goes a long way. It gives you the prettiest, healthy blush moment on your cheeks. These during the summertime, like even just on your bare skin or with a little bit of tinted moisturizer like the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Foundation, it's the dream come true. Also the Fenty Cream Blushes. This one is in the shade Strawberry Drip. One of my favorites. I use this a lot during the summer as well. This one is more so of a cream. It's not really liquidy like this, but I like this because it's kind of like balmy, so you can use this for different things. Let's say you don't have eyeshadow or lip balm. You could literally use this blush a little bit on the eyes to add like a little fun pop of color during the summer and springtime, a little bit on your lips, and bam, you're good to go. Like a monochromatic moment right there. And I just feel like in 2020, that cream liquid blush moment was it. Another item that I was really obsessed with was this Araceli Beauty highlighter. For me, this Araceli Beauty highlighter was everything. This one is in Reposado. They came out with 3 different shades, but this Reposado is one that like suits my complexion so perfectly, and I have to always support Latina owned brands because I'm a Latina and I'm all here for my Latinas starting their brands. So this one just really stood out to me. This is the only highlighter that I pretty much used in 2020 that I was like, yes, this is what I'll use. It was either no highlighter or this. Now we're gonna move on to palettes. So I actually was super boring with palettes this year. I did play with some color, but these are the palettes that I do think that were just really great purchases for me for 2020. I also think because this year I started to wear lash extensions, which you don't need that much eyeshadow. A lot of eyeshadow can cause them to fall out quicker, all that fun stuff. I really was a fan of the very natural eye makeup look this year. Maybe quarantine, I don't know what it was, but I think the first one I want to give a shout out to is the Makeup by Mario Masters Matte Palette. I think if there's one palette that you should have in your collection, especially if you're maybe trying to figure out where to start, what are the essentials, these are the essentials. You can never go wrong with an all matte palette just because you can do so much with it. You can do your eyeshadow. If let's say you don't have contour, you forgot your contour, you can contour with some of these shades. I think another brand launch of 2020 was definitely the Makeup by Mario. He's iconic. If there's anybody that knows and truly knows about makeup, it's Makeup by Mario. And then of course I want to give a shout out to the e.l.f. little bite-sized palettes. They came out with some of them during 2019, but they came out with some more during 2020, and I think these are great, especially if you're just getting into makeup. I feel like these little guys are great because you get 2 mattes and then 2 shimmers. My favorite ones were Pumpkin Pie because it's just such a fun plastic. And also this one, which was in Cream and Sugar. Like, these are just such wearable shades for me. The last palette that I really, really loved was this guy right here, which was the Kylie palette. Look at that. Like, these shades were just everything. I felt like with this palette, I really got everything I needed. I got this, I want to say at the end of, no, during the fall time. Through winter is all I used of 2020. Such a great palette for just everything you would need. Shimmers, mattes, like, it was just such a vibe. Still use it consistently to this day. So now we're gonna move on to the last items, which are lippies of 2020. These are the Milani Fruit Fetish lip balms. So bomb, literally so bomb. They have some that are tinted, you know, like to the color of your lip. They also had one that they came out with during the fall time, which was called Pumpkin Spice. It had like this really pretty, like, brownie tone to it. Stunning. I put it away because I'm like, that's only gonna be my essential for the fall time, which I'm so sad because fall is my favorite season, that it's over, but it'll be back when you least expect it. But this is the one that I use every day. It's the Mango Coconut Lip Balm, and it doesn't have a tint to it. It's just clear, so it's just great because I can apply this. These are the best. Oh my gosh, you know what I forgot to talk about that I literally just remembered, and I can't believe I missed this because I only have one concealer to mention for 2020. Can't believe this guy, the e.l.f. Camo. So we're gonna take a detour and then we're gonna go back to our lippies. This concealer was the best concealer of 2020. The e.l.f. Camo Hydrating Concealer. You guys can see, I literally have, can you guys see that? Literally none left. But I got this in the shade Medium Sand. Amazing. This is what I use all the time. If I could only wear this e.l.f. concealer, I could do everything with this because it's so full coverage and hydrating. Like, you can really do the most, especially because I do like to wear more so soft matte foundations. Having a concealer that's hydrating is the best. So this e.l.f. one is iconic, amazing. It's $5 or $6, so you're literally not breaking the bank whatsoever. e.l.f., I love you. Okay, let's go back to lippies. So we had the lip balm. Now I do want to talk, you know, with masks and everything, it was very hard to want to wear lip products, especially because you're like, what's the point, you know? So for me, I don't care. I'm still wearing a bomb ass lip under this mask because guess what? I'm doing this for me, for my look. And I mentioned that multiple times, but I'm a lip addict. Like, I love good lip products. So I think my favorite ones for this year were definitely just the whole matte trend in general. I feel like for a second, matte lipsticks were kind of going out of style and it was more so the cream lipstick. But I think quarantine and masks definitely brought back that whole wanting to wear a matte lipstick, especially if you were having to wear a mask and then you went somewhere else and you wanted to have your lip on. Like, it stays in place. So matte lips were the way to go. Now, I do want to talk about these because they did come out towards the end of 2020, but they made a statement to me. And I have these 3, and I actually just purchased another one, which is going to be in a Sephora haul coming up. These 3, and I'm going to purchase the last one because I think there's 5 of them. The Fenty Cream Glosses, everything. I'm thinking about actually doing a lip video on these for Instagram on Reels because let me just tell you, I think my favorite one has to be Honey Waffles. I'm gonna put it on. The other ones are amazing, but Honey Waffles just did something to me. So I'm gonna put this on top of my matte lipstick. It's like this caramel shade. Like, look at that. They're so creamy. I cannot wait until we don't have to wear masks anymore so I can really show off these Fenty Cream Glosses because they're so amazing. Also, for me in general in 2020, I was an addict to lip liners. Lip liner gal, those like dark lip liners, those brownie tones. My favorite ones are definitely the MAC ones, the Kylie Cosmetics, the KKW Beauty. Those are my favorites. But I mean, can we talk about it? Fenty cream glosses. If you've been eyeing them, get them all. So that pretty much concludes all the products that I have for my 2020 favorites, products that came out in 2020 that I was obsessed with in 2020, or just makeup trends that were very essential in 2020. I had to share these with you guys because 2020 was a lot. I'm so excited to see what 2021 will bring when it comes to this makeup beauty industry. I cannot wait. I feel like they're already throwing so many foundations at me that I'm like, whoa, wait. But I got a lot of stuff coming to you guys when it comes to the foundation review. So definitely stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe. Now that I have shared my 2020 favorites, please go ahead and share yours down below in the comment section. I love interacting with you guys. You guys are amazing. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope that you guys enjoy this video. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up if you do enjoy watching my favorites videos. And don't forget to stay safe, stay blessed, and stay beautiful. I'll be seeing you guys very, very soon for a brand new video. Adios.